Welcome back to the Crazy Dre Podcast Show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's talk about the NBA draft. Let's talk about a couple of topics. We're going to talk about Cooper Flagg and Ace Bailey. I'm going to start with those two things. I'm going to leave it at right there when I'm done. But let's talk about this guy first, Mr. Cooper Flagg. But let's not really talk about him being number one. That's not really what's important. The more important thing about it is this: is not that this guy got drafted by the Mavericks, but with Luka Doncic going to the Lakers, that says conspiracy theory. That says everything that's written on the wall. That says everything that you don't want to hear. That says anything that you just don't want to associate with sports. And the reason why you don't want to associate with that is sports, because now you can figure out that these games might be fixed, that the referees might be doing something illegally. All this other stuff is going on. So, of course, everyone knows that Mark Walter from the group TWG Global bought the Lakers from the Bus family. And how did that work? That just means that Jeanette Janine Buss got sick of running the team, or not sick of running the team, but sick of the finances of the team. So clearly now she is now still the governor of the team, operation day-to-day operations, but now she can concentrate on putting the team back together. But for a lot of you NBA fans out there, the real reason probably that they traded Luka is probably because he was out of shape. He didn't care. He is a European player. He does what he wants to do. He drinks beer, I guess, a lot of beer. He goes and does his thing, and he's able to put up numbers. Now, the NBA has this regulations of what players can and cannot do. They have to sign uh, what they're not allowed to do and what they can do off and on the court. And Luka was just one of those guys that wasn't going to listen to the Dallas Mavericks, supposedly. So even if you're a Dallas Maverick fan, how do you feel about this guy? This guy right here, Cooper Flagg. Do you want this young 18-year-old kid, and he's basically just coming right out of college, and now he's going to be your star player, the big, great American hero, white American hero. Now, I don't know the last time that the NBA drafted American white player, but it must have been back in the 70s or maybe even the early 80s, I guess. But I do not like the fact that this is going the way that it did, because I think it's unfair for all the other teams. It's unfair for other teams that do not have enough money, enough assets to buy or to purchase uh, free agency and be able to put teams together. Now, I'm a Detroit Piston fan. I have a small market crowd. We don't have a lot of great players. We got Kate Cunningham, the best thing ever since probably Grant Hill, or maybe Chauncey Billups. But if you look at the draft pick, Kate Cunningham is probably the best thing since Grant Hill, and Grant Hill was the best thing since Isaiah Thomas. But we don't have the market to sign uh, 2 or 3 big players on the team. So if you're Minnesota Timberwolves, you're going to feel the same heat. Charlotte Hornets or Bobcats, I don't know what they call themselves anymore. But how about you guys? I mean, Utah Jazz, you got Ace Bailey, and he doesn't want to be there anymore. He didn't even want to be there in the first place. But still, this is not a great thing for the NBA, because you're going to get a lot of I think you're going to get a lot of people not tuning in to the NBA, because uh, it just won't seem fair. Now, actually, with Kyrie in Dallas and AD Anthony Davis in Dallas, that may work out. But to be honest with you, you have Anthony Davis on the way out. He's not going to be much good in about a couple of years. He's always getting hurt. Kyrie Irving, he's always getting hurt for Dallas. So how do you feel about starting over? Basically, you're starting over with a guy who's 19 years old. You're supposed to be kind of a cheap version of Luca. I'd call it a cheap version of that because I really don't know if he's that good. I just don't think he's got that size. His body mass is just long. That's it. I mean, I just don't see how that's going to fit in after Anthony Davis is out and hurt, or even if Kyrie gets hurt. It does. Even if Kyrie is not hurt and Anthony Davis is on the court, you got two of the same type of guys on the court. So you're always going to need Kyrie Irving on the court. If he's hurt, I mean, you can get, I feel like Cooper Flagg would be a very good spot up shooter on that team in the beginning, but he's going to wear himself out because there's 82 games in a year, not 33, and they don't space them out the way they do in college. All right. So that, in that note, I think that the Lakers um, kind of got screwed over too because you go and get a Luka Doncic who doesn't want to be in shape, play every day. He'll probably end up getting hurt here and there. This might be even LeBron James' last year or whatever last year he's got. He's always got a new year that he's got his last year in. But that's basically what you're going to get. You're going to get Luka out of shape. And I really do think this. Actually, this is what I really do think is going to happen. I think they're going to force Luka to get in shape. That they're going to tell him how many beers he can and cannot drink. They'll rewrite his contract so that he is stipulated so on a diet. Uh, and then that way they give him a bonus or not. And that contract someday will be part of that. And I think right as we're talking and speaking right now, I bet you $100 that they are actually uh, rearranging this contract. They're just not talking about it to the public, to the masses, to the media. So I think the only way that you can get Luka in shape is you get a new contract. You write up things that he can't eat and he will eat, and the things that he won't ride and can ride. He'll have a stipulation when how long he can stay out. I mean, I don't know how they're going to tell him to do that. He's a great talented player. I think that you got him way too late in his career to be humbled by the owners of the NBA. I think he's going to have a mind of his own. And you know what? Give it 2 years. If they don't make it to the NBA Finals and they don't write up a new contract for Luka, he could just leave the United States and play where he came from. That's a true thing that could happen. Because why would you have to listen to somebody that you're playing the NBA Finals for, and it's not even your home country, and then you want to, as soon as you win the NBA Finals, you just leave, right? You go back home to your country. So that's a possibility. So, and the next thing we're going to talk about is going to be Ace Bailey and his attitude problems. So stay tuned.